an absolute beautiful day. We're 4 days into the season, as I mentioned, and it was windy the first day. The second day we didn't even go out, but the last couple hours of daylight, it was brutally cold with a minus 34 wind chill. But we're super pumped up. Dennis come into camp, and a couple of guys rolled out this morning. Toby killed his bull yesterday, which was just cool. That was his second bull of his life, and so exciting. And it was such a cool thing to play out. But he headed to South Dakota for an archery hunt, and then Craig Pfeiffer from SIG Optics, he rolled to Oregon for his next deal that he's got going on. So now Dennis is joining us here on the 4th day of season. He'll be with us for the next few days. How many elk have you killed in your life?
Just one. I was in Colorado, western Colorado, a few years ago now. Nothing special, didn't put it on my wall, but I put it in my freezer. Excited, this is first time hunting in Montana.
Yep.
And definitely the first time hunting elk with a rifle, so looking for the pros and cons of that, and just excited to be out here, and I'm glad the weather cleared up for us, and let's go kill something.
I've been in the darkness for 40 days. I've been searching for holy flames, a sign to light up the way. So can you help me out? Can you help me out?
Good morning. Day number 2, morning number 1, with Dennis from 6 Speed. Headed out for a 45-minute drive, hiking up the mountain, getting to some elk that we saw yesterday. So let's get to it. Top of the mountain. It's beautiful, right? Matt and his son split off one way. We split off the other way. We can go see the bulls that we were seeing yesterday, like 2 miles off. Hopefully we can get our eyes on something and make a play. Just over the ridge, so we're going to do a little shimmy down here and then make our way up so that we're within range, and hopefully we'll be able to get him. But I asked Ken if he wanted to say something to the camera. He just looked at me, turned, and started walking, so we're hoofing it. Off, or 1,000 yards to go.
They're 900 yards. Shots are fired. We gotta hustle our butt up above this pine tree line. There's a fall summit, but we gotta be prepared. Before we crest this, we'll drop our bags. I'll get my shooting sticks. I'll get your binoculars. shooting right on the top of his back. He's gonna come over here. Right over here. To the right. 350. 350. Oh, he's low. He might be lower. Get your shooting sticks. Connor, help him. Let's go. Where is he?
He's on the other side of that ridge.
I don't
He's got
see
his back to us. No, he's.
Can you see him?
Yeah, he's moving. I don't think I have one. In the chamber? Yeah, you only had 3. Yep. You don't have one.
He's down.
He is?
He is.
All right.
I didn't mean to shoot that bull.
It's all yours.
Oh my goodness.
Nice shot.
Let's make sure there's no. Look up there, buddy, and make sure there's no more bulls that's going over the top. Oh, they're all out of sight. We got up on top into Montana from the Continental Divide, and we glassed over. And, oh my gosh, it had to be over a mile, Dennis. And we just started kept working. We got closer, and the elk was right on the tip of the skyline, sitting right in the wide open. They started walking down into this sage right here. Well, as we got a little higher, then we could see those elk, and they were walking into more elk. So we just kept climbing. And when we topped out, we could see the timber line that's over here to our left. Well, there was another wad of elk, maybe 12, and or 10 or 12. And so we started looking, and then we could make out there was a bull. Well, prior to us seeing that there was a bull, there was a shot fired. Was there 2 shots, Dennis? 2 shots. And we saw the hunter laid out flat on a ridge, and it really didn't look like he was shooting towards the bull or the elk we were looking at. So he sat there looking and prone, and we just at that point we're just like, there's a bull. It's probably a 5-point bull. So Dennis is like, well, you tell me when. And so we took off, and we were 2,000 yards away, 2,100 yards away. We started down that draw, tried to get out of their line of sight. We cut it down. Next time we checked, it was 956 yards. We just stayed in the bottom. We calculated the top of this deal, and then we come out of those trees, and it's like, okay, now it's hammer time. Let's get your rifle off your shoulder, get one in the chamber, we're ready to rock. And it was so predictable that before we could get to our spot where we were just like 20 yards away, we were getting ready to drop our pack. Dennis and I just start taking a few steps, and there's a cow and a calf that's on the ridge line coming beside us, if you will. So it's like, well, she's going to be the lead of the string, and here they come. Here comes a spike. Here comes the bull. And more cows and calves behind. We lined up and tried to get a range, and like so often on these hillsides, I'm the spotter ranging. Dennis is a shooter, and he's 6 inches below my line of sight, or a foot below my line of sight, and he couldn't see the bull as soon as I saw it. So we adjusted the shooting sticks, totally screwed Connor up. Trying to film, so that's my bad. But anyway, shots, Dennis shot, and I'm not sure where it hit, if it hit high or low. It was about 357 yards, so it wasn't a gimme shot, and everything was rushed because of the circumstances, because they're trotting and stopping. So I started whistling, trying to imitate a bugle. And forgive me, Kurt, for leaving my Rocky Mountain hunting calls in my pack. But anyway, he stopped, and I shot. He was trotting, going away, and it's like, man, it's now or never. So I shot, and it was probably about 400 yards, and I didn't know if I hit it. I didn't hear the thwack, and so I just racked the gun, got him, tried to get him again, and I could see he was hit, and then I just shot again, and thwonk, and then poof, down he went. So he's up there. Didn't play out exactly like we wanted it to, but I told Dennis we're gonna work our butts off, because there's more elk in these hills for sure. But we're blessed to be out here doing what we're doing, and there's hunting pressure here. There was guys in front of that elk, and then there was guys behind that elk, and so we're gonna keep hammering, keep trying, keep going. But we're gonna go up in here and get this bull broke down, and then put a plan together.
Man, it's a little committee up here. I got 3 different hunting groups. Now I'm headed back about 6 or 7 miles to the rig to drive it 45 minutes around all these mountains to get it to an easier area for them to back out. Because I got this small backpack, so I gave my Alps pack to Dennis to use. So, long walk for me, but it'll all be worth it in the end.